all these roaches again to basically this like
That
slaughterhouse that is the
that had to
WhiteRa's
be
army.
misclick.
That had to be a misclick. That was unreal. We now have WhiteRa at 164. Compared to Zappadappa do up to 195, so he's actually closing the gap quite a bit. And with 4 hatches and that many larvae and that many minerals stocked up, or at least he did have stocked up, he reinforced his army so quick, pretty much maxing right back out before WhiteRa could even do anything else. Um, but getting another robo facility down now, pumping out some more colossi, could probably wants to expand at some point. Otherwise, he's just gonna eventually just get out macroed. Unless, of course, Zappadappa do up to just keeps throwing away his army for no gain at all. Because I don't think he's gained anything at all. We are going to see an engagement here, and he does not want to engage in this choke. Wants
Stay
to
on
wait.
creep.
Wants to stay on creep. Wants to stay in a nice open area to get a nice big arc.
Don't.
These corruptors are going to get shots from some stalkers. Wants to flank those around and get some Colossus kills. Pulling all the way back into his base. There we go. Trying to flank a little bit. Getting a.
That's the way
there
to
we
do
go.
it.
That was much better engagement from Zappadappa to do up to wow. These corruptors doing a ton of damage to these Colossi now. These roaches doing
Rage,
a
though.
lot.
Don't attack the Void Rage. Attack the Colossi. There you go. Target fire them, though. Oh, there you go. Now he's got it. Now he's got the good concave. He's target firing Colossi with those corruptors. That's the way you need to do it. He needs to reinforce with Zerglings. Post haste. Once he kills these corruptors, he's gonna need to get Zerglings. Those stalkers are gonna be very vulnerable. Zergling flanks. Now that those Colossi are dead, it's just stalkers and an immortal. He needs to get Zerglings out. Zergling, 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 Zergling. More Zergling.
Producing only roaches right now. Does not have that many minerals, to be perfectly honest with you. His second base is pretty much out of minerals. His third base is too saturated. His fourth is not mining at all. So effectively, he's on he's essentially on like 1.5 bases right now. His drone count is still quite high. I just don't know where all his drones are. Where are all his drones?
Well, you know, WhiteRa is actually providing quite a lot of opportunities for Zappadappa to come back. Taking down his fourth base, that's a pretty good move, but I'm not sure if it's enough. WhiteRa is going to be out of money soon. You know, I think we can be pretty sure that this isn't the real WhiteRa.
Pretty sure that this is not the real WhiteRa. He would have won it in the first 30 seconds by just looking at his opponent. But it looks like he is maynarding his probes here, getting that third up. The Zergling is going to spot that. Going to maybe even get a probe kill because WhiteRa hasn't noticed. And that expansion does not get put down. The Zergling just has free reign over all these probes, chasing them all away. But WhiteRa just does not care as he engages this lower ground third with the bulk of his army. A lot of roaches here, though, getting it. Not that too nice of an arc. Wants to engage in a little bit more of an open area if he can. There we go. A little bit better engagement there. Why? No, don't pull back. You had a beautiful arc. Why are you pulling back? Probably could have done a lot of damage there. Probably could have done.
This is WhiteRa's last stand, really, just now taking his third. If Zappadappa could take out this army, he could pull this game out still. But now he's lost all his bases, and it's not looking very good for Zappadappa at this point. But I think that's more because of Zappadappa's error, really, more than anything. Zappadappa had a lot of opportunities to kill WhiteRa, and Zappadappa, if you're watching this VOD, I guarantee you'll never hear anyone again say you've had a lot of opportunities to kill WhiteRa, so revel in that. I wish someone would say that about me.
Yeah, really. That's when you know you've reached StarCraft 2 success. The interesting thing here is this really was Zappadappa do up to Wow's game to lose, and unfortunately it looks like he's losing it. He's effectively on 0 bases as we have these minerals pretty much mined out. His main is mined out, has no other bases, both being killed. He's getting up this lower ground third again. WhiteRa is happily mining away once again. Let's look at the harvester count, 41 to 45. So, but look at WhiteRa's economy, about over double his opponent's right now. He's going to be taking down these back rocks, and I think Zappadappa's going to try and do some kind of big push here to turn the tables back in his favor. But this is a pretty scary death ball from WhiteRa right now, kind of stampeding around the map here, and this is a lot of corruptors that'll take down this Colossus very quickly, but he does have a lot of gateway units to back up those Colossus. Colossus naked are totally useless, die so fast, but with that support from the tier 1 gateway units, very strong. So I don't know. I'm really kind of sad for Zappadappa to up to out. Again, this was his game, and again, if it basically came down to army positioning, engagement, idea, philosophy, I guess you could even say. A few Zerglings getting into the WhiteRa
Killing a
mining
lot of
thing,
pros.
getting quite a few pro kills there. Got to be cleaned up by this big old Protoss ball. A little bit of an over. What's the word I'm looking for? Commitment? No, not commitment. Response, overreaction. There we go. I'm losing my words, folks. Yeah, it's I don't know. The pendulum is swinging back and forth in this game. WhiteRa is now ahead, 147 to 131.
WhiteRa's quite ahead now, but he's gonna sit back, and if he sits back and lets Zappadappa retake his 4th, which he's doing now, and get that big economy back up again, then Zappadappa can. This is not necessarily WhiteRa's game. And WhiteRa, as a Protoss player, you really want to be running off of 3 bases. Instead, he's running off of 2 because he took his 3rd so late. And, well, he took his 3rd so late, partially because he took his natural so late. And that is a big issue, especially when you're trying to get something like Stalker Colossus, which is really gas-heavy, really difficult to get out. And these Immortals are a nice little buffer. 3, 4, 5 Immortals can do a lot of damage to Roaches, and of course, the Colossi deal a lot of damage to Zerglings and Hydras. He really needs, I think Zappadappa really needs to do your sort of classic ZVP, get, overcommit on Corruptors, let them all die off, but suicide them in to kill all the Colossi, then remax on Zergling, Roach, Hydra. That's the most common way to deal with the big Colossus ball. Colossi is now moving in to kill his 4th, and that's not looking great for Zappadappa.
Gets the cancel though.
Don't transfer! No! He almost sent his drones right into that army.
He's WhiteRa is doing quite a good job of keeping his opponent on 2 bases. Gonna easily take out this hatchery in just a second. Now he needs to be careful not to put those Colossus up front. Needs to buffer a lot of that damage with those Stalkers. We do have a bunch of Corruptors now here coming in, and they're getting. Wow, these Stalkers are ripping through those Corruptors. Only 2 left now of that entire kind of gaggle of Corruptors. So WhiteRa, very happy with that engagement. Came in, killed a couple of hatches, and walked right back out.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it. He is being a little bit overly passive though. There are a lot of opportunities when he could have just finished this game very quickly,
yeah.
very easily. He's way ahead in food now though. And it looks like Zappadappa's just going to be poking away, trying to do what he can, but it's not going to happen. As soon as this army dies, I think Zappadappa's going to be GG now.
There we go. GG, well played. We're going to have WhiteRa go into the round of 8. Zappadappa apologizing for making the game so long. You had won there for quite a while there, Zappadappa, do up to out.
Yep.
If you're going to kick yourself over anything, kick yourself over not winning that game when you could have. However, of course, that the more you play, obviously, the more game sense you get, the more understanding of the game you get. It's easier to recognize when you're ahead, when you're behind, and you can make your decisions based on that information. But of course, again, at this level, Gold and Platinum, it's not as refined as it could be, obviously. So I just want to work on that a little bit. Obviously, he's gone up quite a bit from last week. He was in silver, I think, last week. Nice improvement there, Zappadappa. But congratulations to WhiteRa. Nice comeback there. Congratulations, you're going to be moving into the round of 8.